Visualizações.
Ai, não.
Tá?
Deixa eu ver.
Good evening, everyone. We will now begin the evening service of the Miroku Association headquarters, expressing our gratitude to God and Meishu-sama for blessings and protection received while participating in the construction of paradise on earth. Amatsu-Norito and Miroku prayer, please stand. 高天原にかずまります。かむろぎかむろみのみこともちて、そめみおやかむいざなぎのみこと、つくしのぎむかのたちはなの、おどのあわぎはらにみそぎはらいたもうときになりませる。あらいどの神たち、もろもろのまがごと罪けがれを、あらいたまえ、清めたまえ、とまをすことのよしを、あまつ神、くにつ神やおよろずの神たちともに、雨の淵駒の耳、振り立てて、きこしめせと、かしこんかしこんうまおす。弥勒を三神守りたまえ先はえたまえ弥勒を三神守りたまえ先はえたまえ教えみよや主の神守りたまえ先はえたまえ教えみよや主の神守りたまえ先はえたまえこんながらたまちはえませ。こんながらたまちはえませ。Great God of light, creator and giver of all life, in accordance with your divine will, the long age of night draws to an end. Your radiant divine light, shining ever more brilliantly, awakens the dawn of the glorious age of light, a time long awaited by all humanity. We thank you for guiding us to your divine plan and for the privilege of channeling and receiving Johrei. May our spirits and bodies be illuminated and purified as we live your truth given to us by Meishu-sama. Make us pure and effective instruments of your divine light so that we may serve you and all those with whom we come in contact. May paradise on earth be realized with health, peace, and prosperity, a reality in our lives. Great God of light, bless and protect us. Radiate our souls with your divine light, so that we may truly become instruments of your great plan. Please be seated. We will now receive group Johrei. May God and Meishu-sama bless you. We will now listen to a reading from Meishu-sama's teachings. Teachings today is called Courtesy from this daily inspiration book. Courtesy, beginning with Meishu-sama's poem. The essence of faith is to behave in a civilized manner, extending courtesy and consideration to all. The cause of all disturbance in the world is failure to practice the common principles of courtesy and respect toward others. An ideal country, an utopia, is a place where people are courteous and observe order, where all live in harmony in God's peace and love. Since ancient times, it has been said, God is order. Indeed, this is a very important law that we should apply in every part of our lives. Throughout, we see how everything moves in accordance with this law of order. Think of the four seasons, for example. After winter comes spring, followed by summer, autumn, then winter again. In Japan, plum trees blossom first, then cherry trees, then wisteria, and then irises. By maintaining this sequence of birth, growth, death, and rebirth, year after year, without deviation, nature teaches us the importance of following the law of order. In our daily lives, too, there is an orderly sequence that we should observe, individually tailored to guide our correct conduct and activities. Order is the way of truth. So, to violate this law, put one out of harmony with God. Ignorance of or indifference to this law will not absolve someone from the consequences of negative behavior. The difficulties one experiences in a life humbled by turmoil and confusion. Thank you very much. Thank you all very much for these services. When we pray here today for this evening service, we pray for our ancestors, for our families, friends, all those connected with us, and also all those who are going through so much with the COVID-19. So we pray for all of those who are still going to so much purifications. So in these teachings today, Meishu-sama talks about order. Everything is to be we have to respect the order. There's order for everything. And nature shows and teaches us the importance of follow the law of order. But today, I would like to share something with you that I believe is important. It's about how important it is to understand that we need to be of service, to be useful, someone who is always doing something good for other people. If you really want to change your life, your spiritual condition, you must first understand that you need to change your own spiritual condition. You need to do something in order for that to happen, to take place. Just by praying to God in Meishu-sama is important. You pray, you let Him know what is your intention, what do you want to achieve. But then you have to do something for that to happen. You have to do something so you can change your spiritual condition. It's not as simple as it seems, but as long as you start doing something, when you wake up in the morning and you started to pray, or when you started to give Johrei to yourself or to somebody, you're already making a move. When you decide, no, I'm going to the Johrei Center. So just by the fact that you preparing yourself and moving and going to the Johrei Center to give Johrei, receive Johrei, it's already you are already moving and changing your spiritual condition. When you decided to go and see a friend and help them out, doing something positive, it already changes your spiritual condition. So when that happens, things start to change in your life, what we call miracle. Miracle is what? Is the power of some invisible power that can move what is visible. So that's what Johrei does. That's what when you do something and you are useful and help somebody's life, your life changes as well. And the teachings to finish today that we are going to study is about courtesy. When Meishu-sama says in another teaching, the same book, Meishu-sama talks about sojo, faith, that tends to be lacking in freedom, and daijo, faith, has unlimited freedom. Sojo is more rigid, uh, more vertical, and daijo is more horizontal. uh, Faith. It's important to find always a balance in our lives, not to be too much this way or the other way. But Meisama says, however, freedom unrestricted by one's wisdom and reason may lead to self-indulgence or willful and capricious freedom. Thus, we should seek to balance these two principles of freedom. True freedom has to respect the freedom of others and therefore is not without limits. Freedom, in the true sense of the word, has its boundaries. If you even slightly inconvenience or harm another, you will feel uneasy, guilty, and cannot be free and easy. If you give happiness and joy to others, then you will feel happiness and joy. This is true freedom. And a person's destiny is given by God at birth. At birth. Okay? A person's destiny is given by God at birth. It is predetermined that so it cannot be changed. Fate, however, can be freely changed by an individual within its limits of his or her given destiny. Depending on a person's efforts, it is possible to reach the highest level within that range or to drop to its lowest level. Freedom is similar to fate, is that true freedom is contained within certain boundaries. There is no such thing as limitless freedom. True freedom has limitations. That is, it is finite. So we all want to achieve this freedom. We all want to really change our lives. In this way, as Meishu-sama says here, as long as you do your part and make somebody happy and do as much as you can, service to God and humanity, you will begin to feel the freedom in your life. Everything begins to change. So this was the teaching courtesy from the teachings of Meishu-sama, Daily Inspiration. I hope to see you tomorrow morning. We have our morning service where we will be praying for all humanity as well. Thank you all very much and have a good evening for all of you. Thank you very much. And this brings to our conclusion of our service. Thank you everyone for coming. Good evening. Let me turn it off.
Una de aquí no habrá, una de mi... Allí, allí,